Hey, Star Wars fans and Rule the Galaxy friends. It is Joe in the pilot seat, I guess, of the Rule the Galaxy podcast. Welcome to chapter 372 of the Rule the Galaxy podcast. And we've got so much to talk about. We have Darth Maul, we have Mandalorian, we have Timu Han Solo, we have Star Wars Celebration. We have so many things to cover. And before I even get started on all that, talking to my good friends here who are on screen with me live on YouTube right now, I wanted to give a special shout out to our friend, still a member of the Rule of the Galaxy Club, who we talk to and we interact with all the time. Still, Nick Shesky. God love him. Nick Shesky, today is his 33rd birthday. So if you're out there listening right now, Nick, happy birthday to you. But as always, you can follow us pretty much everywhere, Rule the Galaxy or Rule the Galaxy SW. Email us at ruletheGalaxySW@gmail.com. And D-Doc, I don't know if as we start talking to you here, I don't know if you're going to be able to post this anywhere, but come join us on our Discord. It's Rule the Galaxy, I believe, or Rule the Galaxy SW on Discord. And if you need an invitation, let me know. I'll send that to you. But if not, go check us out and find us there. I'll start with D-Doc so he can answer that question. How you doing, brother?
Doing good. Excited to talk a little more Maul. I mean, there's some good Star Wars. The Star Wars momentum that we've been talking about the past couple months is starting to happen. You know, the good vibes are coming, and I think Maul is helping us out with that. And if you are interested in joining our Discord, it is the first thing in the description below of this podcast. We're going to remind people again at one point when we have more people on. We'll just, if we get 30, 40 people watching at one point, we just tell them to join the Discord because it's fun. I mean, we have the little group in there right now, but it's cool. It's cool to have like Squatch and Alfie and everybody's in on it. Even J-Doc is in there now too. So
I like that we have different topics in there. We got general topics, podcast announcements, Lego talk, Black Series, movie rumors, spoiler chats. All that stuff is in the Discord that we can talk about. And you know what? We've got some good topics going on there. Feel free to join, share pictures, share stories, whatever you want. Let us know where you're buying your good toys, because I know Brent will be excited about that. But yeah, so D-Doc, how is the new young lady there? I apologize, I forget baby number 4's name. So Mackenzie, how is Mackenzie doing? And how's the family doing?
She's doing good. Everybody's good. We're busy. David's new job, because we're starting to work some small allowances in. His new job is to do the trash with me, which nice. Thursday nights we got to take it out. So he was screwing around a little bit, and I told him, I was like, this was literally 30 minutes ago. I said, you screw around doing this job, I'm going to fire you, and I'm going to cut this part of your allowance out. I'm like, this isn't a free job. I'm like, we're out here to put the trash up in the curb, and then you go to bed. So
love it.
It was a good little lesson for him. He was kind of slumping when we got inside. He's like, I'm mad I got fired, but he didn't get fired. I said it was a verbal warning. So
put him on notice. Hey, you're making him a man. You gotta earn your keep.
Exactly. So, and I mean, what better way to start that than taking the trash out?
Perfect. We were talking about being part of the waste management system earlier today because I'll hop in there. Our good friend Jason Hatfield stopped by, and I owe him big kudos because he dropped off my BB-8 nice. Lego, and he did. D-Doc, you mentioned it on the bags in there. He has them numbered, as you stated. He has my bags numbered of where the parts go and everything like that. So really excited to jump into that. That was one my wife wanted to do, and Jason said, hey, I already did BB-8. You can have him. So thank you to Jason. And there he is right there hopping in, and Dr. Squatch hopping in. So yeah, that's great.
Dude, Squatch is in tomorrow. We are in Disney World right now, boys. We are awesome. Live in Disney right now. We are in Tomorrowland. That's beautiful. I'm wearing a Pirates of the Caribbean shirt from Disney tonight, so that is awesome.
Fantastic. Dr. Squatch and Jason Hatfield, two of our favorites. I know Dr. Squatch has already hopped into the Discord. We've seen some of his comments in there, so thank you for that. Alfie, How are you doing? How's everything going in the Alfie world?
Oh man, what a crazy day, right? We have all this Star Wars news drop. We get a trailer. I was at 8U softball practice down in Princess Lakes with limited cell phone coverage, trying to catch that trailer. And it's serious down there. It's about a 2-hour practice for 8-year-olds, so it was a struggle to get home, get everybody fed, showered, and in bed to be able to do this tonight.
Well, we are glad you're here, and you hit it right there. And looks like Dr. Squatch live in Disney World, fireworks in 6 minutes. Can't wait. Hey, you know what? Can we have him relay that to us? We'd post that, couldn't we? We have a new person, Mimi Gora, 1960. Hi, nice to see you. And Dr. Squatch, and Jason was asking how the rework of Buzz is. Okay.
That okay. Just reopened, actually. So,
yeah, that was closed while we were there.
My wife and I really enjoyed the Buzz Lightyear, where you're spinning around, shooting everything like that. She's a very competitive young lady, so she wanted to beat me in that. So yeah, that was good. Hey, you just subbed? Thanks, appreciate it. All new subscribers.
Thank you. Very much.
Numbers are booming on YouTube, and we're really enjoying that. But Alfie, you mentioned the trailer. That was not going to be one of the topics that we started with tonight, but then it happened. So we got our final trailer.
How do you not talk about it? That was great.
Yeah. Final trailer, a couple hours before the show starts. Here, I've got 2 pages of notes on Maul and then topics that we've been bouncing around in the text chain, and we get a trailer. So, guys, what were your thoughts? I mean, it had a lot of the same, but it had some new mixed in. A lot more Sigourney Weaver. She was the voiceover on it for a lot of it, right? So that was pretty cool. But what were your guys' thoughts on the trailer? I don't even know that I have it pulled up, but it was great. I got me pumped to go see the movie.
100%.
I haven't watched the trailer yet, so that's a problem. You guys might need to talk. I mean, I could throw it up
as well.
This could turn into a trailer. We're going to start the show with quick trailer review.
It's war with my daughter on that ride. Got home from Bloomington, and holy crap, new trailer. Yes, Jason, I agree. I love that the battle's going on in the Buzz Lightyear. Trailer grade B+, 85 from Kevin Davis. Gotcha. And another new one. Gabrana, I apologize. Hello to you. Got some new people joining in. Yes, we're from the USA. There we go. D-Doc, hit us with a little bit of this. We can zoom through it and not get in trouble. Let's play it.
Yeah. You're gonna have to pause it every.
We've all heard stories.
For a couple seconds.
Of the Mandalorian bounty hunter and a child.
I only hunt Imperial war criminals. I'll take out it.
All right, he's got a lot of weapons.
And he's only going after the Imperial war criminals, which I like.
The double blades behind the back. That's tough.
So that's the pulse. That's the pulse rifle right there that he was holding up, right?
A pulse rifle.
It's not the pulse rifle. It's a.
No, that one got to sit. Yeah, there's more than one.
See that
if you drop your Milwaukee drill, there's another Milwaukee drill at Home Depot.
Yeah, that's what the rifle in the Black Series that I was looking at Target today is not. It's not the.
No, it has a scope on it.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the end on it.
Mm-hmm.
I won't pause this too much. We'll get through this.
No, you're good. And I'm just gonna say one of our new listeners is from Indonesia saying hi. So we got Indonesia on YouTube tonight.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Now, from this shot, I'm excited because it seems like droids are going to be back in a big way as like bad guys that they're fighting against. I'm excited about that.
Old battle droids, right?
Yeah, I've always thought that would be like a mercenary criminal thing because they just shut the battle droids off. They didn't necessarily destroy them.
Right.
Yeah, they just probably needed to get a little WD-40 and hit the switch on them,
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
That's
a
the shot right there.
Oh.
Forget about it.
money shot.
Oh,
Check your armor first.
Yeah.
hold on real quick. Sorry. I need to see that again real quick. That is smooth, man.
Before going into harm's way,
Very clean.
check your armor first.
We're protecting everything the rebellion fought for.
Sigourney getting out of an X-wing. Zeb.
You're gonna need it.
Bad baby.
What planet was that there?
Look like Navarro,
All right.
maybe? Because there's the arch at where they go into the city.
Okay.
Yes, I see the arch in there at the bottom. Mr. Dykeman, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Our plan was to talk Maul, and we felt like we might as well talk little Mando real quick.
I mean, look, I don't know
How
why
can you
you would
not?
do that. Nothing big came out for Mando recently, right?
Nothing.
We need a professional.
I mean, I don't know why they're making this a movie. It should just be a TV show.
What happens when you're not there to protect him?
You good?
Oh man, amazing Grogu.
All right, so was that an Aqua Trooper
I
Right.
didn't see it.
Huh?
or was that Embo?
That was
That's
Imbo.
That's Embo.
That's Emba.
It looks like an Aqua Trooper.
And is that his dog down right there in front of him, or is that a person down? Because there's a dog.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It looks like someone's in a net in front of him there.
Yeah, I think he's got Mando right. Yeah, he's got Mando. He's taking him to the huts.
That's how he gets to the huts, and
That
that's how
looks
he gets
like-
to fight Rada and the
Go.
Jajaric, the live Jajaric table.
Go.
There's a shot of how tiny the Anzelian ship is right there.
Love it.
Fucking name.
That is great. That is great.
The little weasels.
Oh my god, that's
Come
funny.
on, that's printing money with Grogu and those aliens right there.
Well, they already have that ship out
Mhm.
for Lego.
Yeah.
Love it.
Go. Go.
Mandalorian, you will suffer.
Sheesh.
It will be his turn.
Monstrous. The old protect the young. And then the young.
I like this line.
Protect the old.
That's great. The old protect the young, then the young protect the old.
Are you scared? You should be.
Hatfield, yes, it is a life-size Lego of that ship.
This is the way.
Man, I'm telling you, kids are. We were worried if kids were gonna like this movie, or like, should I take 4-year-olds to go see this? I think a 4-year-old would love that movie.
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks great.
Was he on a stat bike at one point in that? The B1
Looks like it.
battle droid stat bike?
Yes,
That's kind
I
of.
think
yeah,
he was.
Oh my god.
Forget
I
about it.
like the little chicken walker, that they're on. That looks awesome. Some really good stuff in there. And Jason Hatfield hit it up here. Where was it? There. I'm glad it still feels like we don't know what the plot is and who the criminals are. I mean, in all reality, we don't. I guess we're being told that one of the moths, from the Shadow Council is going to be the big baddie. But to what end?
Mhm.
What is this leading to?
Thrawn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good call.
Yeah, this
Hey.
is going to be Iron Man 1.
Oh,
Okay. So think about the ending of Iron Man 1 with Samuel Jackson coming in and saying, "Oh, you thought you're the only one? This is bigger than you."
I like it. Now, Mandalorian's just sitting
Yeah,
in a big
I-
donut.
I'm calling a Thrawn post-credit scene.
Throwing down the gauntlet.
There will-
Haven't we got past?
yeah, there'll
the
be.
post-
What?
Is that still a thing?
Oh yeah,
What?
every movie does it now.
Every movie does it.
I feel like I don't know.
Mhm.
I feel like that's that's jumped the shark.
I feel like it's. I don't know. I feel like it's still big. The Super Mario movie had 2 post-credit scenes.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of what movie I just saw that had 2 post-credit scenes. Mario did.
And then they had a big. The second one was a big teaser for the next one. They introduced a new character. It's like, I haven't left the theaters for a credit scene, unless it's like a standalone movie. Like with these big franchises, I feel like they love them a post-credit scene still. And
Now,
Star Wars has
I'll-
never had a post-credit scene, has it?
Except for the Mandalorian.
What is it? Season 1 to go into Book of Boba Fett.
Season 1, Moff Gideon came out of the TIE Fighter. Season 2, they
Book of Boba
went
Fett.
to Jabba's palace. And then season 3 had the ending with them on Navarro in front of the little house.
Yes.
And then the Book of Boba Fett had Cobb Vanth in the Bacta tank.
Yes.
I'm feeling the great momentum, guys. So one,
It's snowballing,
It is.
and it's gaining speed and size.
Is it gaining speed with the general public though? Like I know us super fans, we're gonna see it, but is it
Yes.
gaining? Is it gaining it with the people
Yes.
in your circles that are just casuals?
well,
Do I say yes again?
I heard
Because-
you.
I hope.
I heard you. But
I can
I'm
tell
not-
you it is. Okay,
What's that?
so we've gone through all of these shows, the Acolyte, Andor, Ahsoka, Kenobi, all this stuff, and not a single person at work has ever asked me about any of it.
Yeah.
Now everyone's asking me about this Mando movie. Hey, what's this about? Is this going to be like the TV show? What's the story?
So you're having casuals ask you about it. That's all I'm
Yes.
getting at. Because I haven't had a lot of casual fans say something. And I have a lot of casual fans that are in my purview, I guess, like coworkers.
So I look at it and I'm thinking this. Let's say 4 or 5 months ago, we were looking around. We were like, guys, where's this going? We got downtime. This downtime's going on. When is this momentum going to turn? When's this engine going to rev up? Right. Then we have the changeover in Kathleen and Dave, which obviously did not precipitate all this because all this other stuff was in the works before that. But you felt like some energy from that. Then we get energy from more Mandalorian trailers. Then we start seeing Maul come out guns blazing on this show. Now we're getting all these announcements about the changeover going on at Galaxy's Edge in LA, which hopefully at some point in time will also occur in Orlando. But then you add on top of that we get today a trailer, really a sizzle reel preparing you for Celebration in 2027. And oh, by the way, as soon as that's over with, here's where you go buy tickets May 6th for next year. I mean, that's a
big
lot
day.
going on. That is a big day. It's a big week. None of that was Timo Han out before last week's show? He was not, was he?
No,
That
Timo
was
Han.
yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
So we got Timo Han and Leia. We got a Mando trailer, and we got sizzle reel for Celebration 27 and tickets being released on a certain date. That's a lot for a Star Wars fan. Plus, oh, by the way, let's throw in that we've had 4 really good episodes of Maul Shadowlord.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's gaining momentum as well. I think that might start to get the casuals in to be like, oh, let me check this out. Even the
Yeah.
internet haters don't hate on Maul, at least from what I've seen. But I've also has not been on Twitter. I've been taking a break from Twitter, so I haven't seen a lot.
I
Now,
still see the it's no Andor.
Oh my god.
I love it. It just fuels me.
Now, Brent, I will give you some kudos on this, or at least it does go into your question on, do the non-Star Wars cult people like us, are they getting excited? They're throwing out these Mando Grogu projections. Who the hell's making projections on this? I don't know. I'm sure somebody much smarter than me, but they're saying, well, this is going to be the lowest Star Wars release in whatever. How do they know that? They haven't even released tickets yet. I mean, the tickets are just getting ready to go on sale. So
Maybe they're lowballing so then they can be like, this is so much more successful than we thought it was going to be. You know, like this is a smash hit. We were projecting it to be a mediocre to mid-level start, and look at what it's done. I couldn't get into the theater to watch one episode of the Ahsoka show. There was a line that wrapped around the back of the mall.
Yeah.
And I could not get into the theater to see that show for one episode of a Disney Plus show. The Star Wars fan is starving to see a Star Wars movie in the theater. I think it's going to do well.
And to go along with that, and Jason Hatfield is right, we're going to set our alarms to go buy celebration tickets. To go along with that, I do think that Project Hail Mary also plays into the Star Wars momentum, because it's getting extended at the theater instead of cutting it out. And I did go to see it just this last weekend. And it's very good. I'll tell you about that in a second. But that momentum, it's the Gosling effect, Gosling effect, that people see that he can hold this on his own and he can play a character that's going to be a lead like this. And now you add that into Star Wars, I think that's going to play an effect on it as well.
He's still a liability at cornerback.
I freaking love you, Alfie. I freaking love it. He will always be a liability at cornerback, won't he?
Do you remember the song he was singing and dancing to in the room?
Is it Ain't No Mountain High Enough? Or
But
no?
that was
No.
the big boy that started that one.
It was, they're going to put me in the movies.
That's the one.
They're going to make a big star out of me. Yep. And his buddy just looked and said, stop, please, stop. No. No, man, I feel the energy. And I don't know if that's reflecting in our numbers with our podcasts and our YouTube and everything, but the energy is out there. I can't wait to see Brent Dykman in the Discord so we can get his. Yeah, it started. It's up and going.
It's active.
Bro.
Okay, hold on. When did you tell me that you started it? And how did
I sent you an invite.
When?
Days ago.
I think I sent it in the text.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there was one day
In the
that I
group
picked
text.
it up and there were 40 texts and I didn't bother going back. Not going to lie about that.
Well, that was just
It
since
wasn't
like
bad.
5 o'clock today. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, is some of the stuff I would send in our group text, I'm now putting in the Discord, where
Yes.
I'm like if I see a link, I'm sharing it there now,
And it works for me. Let's hit a few other topics. I mean, Mandor was great. We already said it. We already looked at it. April 1st through the 4th, 2027. Alfie, what did you think about the price for the Jedi version or the all-exclusive?
They're pretty proud of that, right?
They are very proud of that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, being that I've gone to a number of celebrations, I will say some of that stuff will come into play and be very helpful. 30-minute early entries, VIP lounges, Wednesday night celebration store shopping experience. I mean, the last one I went to was in 2019 in Chicago. You could barely get in to the sale area, to the shopping area. I mean, it
The
took forever
two-
just to get in there.
Yeah, the two that I went, we didn't even get in line.
Yeah.
Because it literally said, this is where you're at now. This is like, and you're not getting the George Lucas X-Wing figure. So,
Yeah. It was,
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Both times I went, we didn't go to anything, and there's still plenty of stuff to do.
Tons of stuff. Even look, I would say this, even if you just go for a day and you say, I'm not going to worry about getting the extras, I'm not going to worry about being a part of that community when you're there,
Mm-hmm.
the cosplay going on, the people that you just run into, and you'll see all these people with their own, all these different podcasters and YouTubers, everything walking around. That all that stuff is so great, and then you can sneak off into one of the events where they're doing a speech, whether it's about books or it's about movies or it's about shows or animation or any of that stuff. You can usually, can get in all of them. No, if GL is going to be in one, you're probably not getting in. If Mark Hamill's going to be there, Anthony Daniels, you're probably not getting in. But there's a lot of them that you can get into and listen to panels talk about all kinds of topics.
So like
And
the
it's
High
fun.
Republic, I'll be fine.
I think I wouldn't even worry about getting a reservation on that one. You and Jessica can probably hang out, talk. That'll be good. Good for you. The burlesque one, Brent, I think you might be able to get into that.
Oh,
one.
that's D-Doc. That's all D-Doc.
Gotta see 3PO
is his
again,
favorite. C-3PO.
I for some reason thought that celebration was in Anaheim this year.
It's in LA.
Yeah, it's in LA. All right, that's what I thought. It was at the convention center that's like right at Disneyland.
So did I. It's at the one out by is that the one out by Staples and everything, I think? The one in LA? I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Brent, Jason Hatfield want to let you know the Acolyte chat and the panel. You'll be able to get in that one as well.
I mean,
Probably get a few questions in.
There won't be. You know what? There'll be the question of one, the question of two, not the question of many.
Have you ever seen the documentary about the Rush convention in the early 90s?
No.
It's worth it just for the fact that they organized this big convention and like 12 people showed up.
We gave it a shot.
Yeah. It'd probably be a lot like that.
Okay.
This convention center is a 35-minute drive, assuming. Well, I mean it's 6:47 in California right now, so right now it's a 35-minute drive from Disneyland Resort to the Los Angeles Convention Center. So, not really bad.
Okay.
It's all coming together.
Speaking of Disneyland and the LA area, let's talk about Temu Han and Temu Leia. The question I sent to you guys,
I think
today
it works 100%.
But why wait? We've all talked about it. Why wouldn't you have just done this? If you're going to put people look like Disney princesses and Disney princes be out there playing those roles, just do it from the very beginning.
Because it's one horrible idea after another.
Okay, so they
Why have one bad idea when you can have 5 bad ideas?
Okay. Let's just go back to the fact that they had a business model in mind. We Star Wars fans don't like the business model they had in mind, but they had in mind that they were going to create the new trilogy and create a whole new set of fans. So
no one of any fandom liked that business model. And yet they keep trying to do it.
I'm not sitting here saying that it was a good business model. I'm saying that they had made a creative decision that that's the way they were going to go with things. And so why do you put Han out there when Han is not part of that business model? So why put Leia out when Leia wasn't a part of that business model? They did have Rey and Kylo, who was part of that business model, out on display walking around those parts. Am I correct?
They did.
Yeah, they did.
So that was the business model. Yes, you're right. They had it failed.
Hey, maybe we should use those characters that people have been huge fans of for 50 years and for new generation after generation.
But we're going to make the new generation.
Okay, Brent, I'll go back to it, and here's what I'm going to say. This is my one flaw I get with it. This is the same company that took Steamboat Willie / Mickey from the 1930s and said, we're going to build an entire park in the 60s and 70s based off a character from the 1930s. And he is going to be the core, the essence of this park. And Cinderella and Snow White and Pinocchio, all movies from the 30s and the 40s and all that, were part of that they made for the 60s, 70s, and later. They didn't say, hey, you know what? We have all those characters that everybody knows. Let's make a park about, I don't know, name some B average Disney movie. I don't even know if you guys can think of one.
But he was putting a lot of bangers out back then, so it's kind of hard to.
Any of the direct VHS ones.
Yeah. I mean, but they didn't do that. They said, that's our business. Let's make people come and see the people they grew up with and let them grow up with their kids and their grandkids with it. So that's where I will say whoever made that decision, just hopefully they got fired in all the mess of all that stuff.
I think they just retired the person.
Yeah, right. He didn't. He left and then came back and they said, please save us. The guy who made those decisions.
I think they both retired, actually, the people who made those decisions.
Who's the other one? Shane Beck?
KK.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. See? Hatfield's got the idea. Let's make the park all about the black cauldron or the black hole. Even though we have all those other characters, this is a new direction we're going to go. I like that. I like that a lot. So,
yeah, no, Brent, that is accurate because in a interview she was pointed out as one of the ones that made the decision to move away from the Tatooine idea and come up with something for the new generation of fans that they would relate to.
And I mean, I will take the hate because I'm going to, but I'm going they made a business decision.
No, and I agree with you 100%. They did. It's just a terrible business decision.
Hey,
it blew up terrible across every franchise that they try it with.
Props for having the balls to do it. You know what? If you've got the balls, you want to put them on the line to do it. Amen. More power to you.
Yeah, but look where you're at now, too, right? Like, I mean, so I agree with you. There's no good answer for it, and I hate it. But yeah, it was their decision. They thought they had something. They thought they could outsmart the population. They thought they could run with it.
It was a business decision when the Giants traded Saquon Barkley when Saquon Barkley signed with the Eagles, and the Giants didn't want to pay him any money. That was a bad business decision.
Yeah, and now that
nonetheless, it was a business decision.
And that general manager, I don't think has a job now, does he?
Oh, he's still their GM.
Oh, is he still the GM? Okay, I thought
he's
fired.
very high on some other player. Yeah, somewhere. Hey, couple quick tidbits and notes to go along with all this stuff. One, D-Doc, I'm going to guess that you're going to go to Philadelphia Fan Expo and see Daphne Keene, right? Probably
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
Get your Black Series figure signed.
Is she the one that canceled on ICC? Is that Deidre?
Mm-mm. No. This was Techley.
From the Acolyte.
From the Acolyte.
Jackie.
Oh, Jackie.
Jackie.
Okay. The one that you say you put all that prosthetics on that face. Why couldn't you just let it show that face?
Yeah. Okay. Laura from Deadpool and Wolverine. Logan.
Yep. I want to throw a shout out real quick to a show I've been watching. I told you guys about it. Scarpetta. Nicole Kidman is the star of it, but it is a fully packed cast, like all big name actors. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it, but Tia Sircar, who played the voice of Sabine, is a police officer in this show. And Toro Calican, the Timu Han Solo from Mandalorian.
Mhm.
I don't know the actor's name, but both of those two play very key roles in this show. So props to them because the show actually, I buzzed right through it. It is a very good show. Very good. So you should go check it out. If you're a Star Wars fan, you want to see some Star Wars connectivity, go check out Scarpetta on Amazon Prime. And you'll say, wait a minute, I know those two. And you will, because they are from the Star Wars universe. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I will let everybody know. Indianapolis Indians Star Wars Night is May 9th. May 9th this year. They actually emailed me and said, we'd like you guys to come do another live podcast if you want for Star Wars Night. Unless Brent and Alfie blow me away right now and say they want to run it, I have a family wedding that I have to attend during the game, and I cannot attend. If you two want to run it and have the podcast, and I can talk to my brother Tony at Yellow Line Productions, you're more than welcome to. But if not, we will have to pass and try to go back next year. But I just thought it was really cool because last year's event was great, and they wanted us to come back and do it again. Unfortunately, it's on a night where I cannot, but you guys let me know either on air or off air if you want to do it. But I just thought it was cool. Thanks to the Indians for last year, and we'll see where we go from here on that. So
good reaching out that we actually made a positive impression that they wanted to continue to have us.
Yeah. I reached out to the Indy 11 soccer.
Are you that surprised?
I mean, look, so you say, Alfie, and whenever we bring this up, you thought this would be a one and done thing. I am surprised that there are people that listen to us. Yes. As much as I love doing it, it is amazing that there are people that will actually download and or listen to us live on the YouTubes and comment. Love you, Dr. Squatch. Love you, Hatfield. Yeah.
We got to get Adam Parker in the Discord. That's a name I just
been
saw.
around for a while.
Well, I will tell you he gave up all social media and everything for Lent. So I do know that. He reached out to me because I had sent him some things. And he's like, sorry, man, just playing catch up. So just letting you guys know. But if any of you want to reach out to him and invite him, feel free to do so. I'd love to have Adam Parker on there. Adam's a great guy down in Louisiana. A couple other things. D-Doc, do you want to show off your new shirt? Do you have your new shirt around? Because that was an awesome shirt that you got from, was it your parents that brought it back to you? Did you
What's
get
that?
Didn't you get a new shirt
recently?
recently?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is, I got, it's one of those Roosevelt shirts. The button-up ones. They're very comfortable. I don't have it near me right now, but it's they got me a Vader one. And you know what's funny is like, I'm like picky about those Roosevelt shirts. And when I first saw it, I was like, I like this, but I'm not sure if it's for me. And then I put it on and I was like, all right, like this is awesome. So I sent that picture.
You know where they found it at?
It was in Disney Springs. It's actually it was a Disney Parks exclusive, that shirt.
Huh.
So I don't think it's in their online store. But
I was thinking I saw it at the Tron store.
it probably would be in there as well. I know that it's only at the parks.
Yeah, there was one. I was really surprised that the Tron store had more stuff that I wanted to buy than anywhere else, including Galaxy's Edge. But we were also in a rush, so I only got to pick up a few quick things. That's why I found the Rule of Galaxy magnets out.
Yeah, didn't you say the Tron store had like some of the best Star Wars stuff added actually?
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, I'm excited for that shirt. Now I have 2 Star Wars Roosevelt shirts. I have a Mandalorian one that has just a bunch of different Mando helmets on it. It's got like the armor, Boba Fett, Mando, and it's just their helmets across it. And Now that one, dude, those shirts, if you ever go to their site, look for sales. I mean, the shirts do run a decent penny. You know, they're like 65 or $60. It is worthy of a $60 shirt rather than spending 25 on a shirt that's going to shrink.
Yep.
It runs through they run through the wash really well. Like they don't shrink and they're super comfortable when it's hot outside. Like they're just made out of this nice material. You know, they don't make you look fat, which I like about that too. You know, like it makes you look a little, they're slimming. That's what I like about them. So even though I am slimming down now, but
Doc,
What?
let's not talk about slimming. Like you're like my thigh.
Yeah, Mr. Hatfield, when he stopped by today, he was telling me how great Hawaii was. But of course, $135 shirt at the golf place in Hawaii. Yeah, $135. Must have been a really good shirt, Jason. It was an impulse buy, I bet. Couple other quick topics that I want to hit real quick. D-Doc, I think. Well, we get so many texts, I don't know, but I think it was from D-Doc. Might have been from Alfie. The old versus new Razor Crest Lego. The smaller one cost $20 more than the larger one. Is that what I was reading?
Yes. That seems to be the trend lately.
God love them. As soon as they pull me in to where now I'm looking on a daily basis for Lego, you guys tell me all this stuff. And
They jack that price up.
It's all right. It's that. I'll say this. I know it's less pieces and it's smaller, but I do think that model of it looks really good. They did skimp on some stuff. And part of the reasoning for it, too, is that the Zeb minifigure that comes in that set has dual molded arms, custom molded head, dual molded legs. Like, there was some love put into the Zeb minifigure. Like, they put work in on that figure. They've changed the Mando around. It's another one that I'm hoping that I'll just get on sale at one point. But I don't know. Every time I get a Lego, I'm just like, what am I doing here? But, you know. I didn't even realize when I sent the picture of the Black Series figures from Mando and Grogu to you guys in Discord. I was looking at the empty SKUs on the shelves. Those were all the Mando and Grogu Lego sets.
No way.
Yeah, all those empty spots were all of the SKUs for the Lego sets for the movie. Because I've been looking around. I'm like, when are these going to show up on the shelves? Because I think they're out right now, and they're sold out.
Well,
those smart bricks, though, man, they are fully stocked in those bad boys.
They haven't got to me that yet. I'll wait for the sale price on those. Couple other quick things before we get them all.
Okay. Yeah, Jason just said it's supposed to be May 1st, so I guess they're just getting prepped for it. They have all the SKUs on them.
Good. That is good stuff. I will give a shout out to T-Bob. You guys brought it to, a couple people brought it to my attention, and you guys checked it out. T-Bob gave a small shout out on a podcast, a Barstool podcast about Rule the Galaxy. So thank you, T-Bob. We love you, miss you. Hope you come back soon. So that was pretty cool. I wanted to throw this by you. I saw something about an Iger and Chapek kind of being ticked about a Disney Star Wars book coming out. Did we talk about that? Did we bounce that around in the text chain? Like it's telling some inside stories that they.
I thought it was like
it's a book about him.
I thought that was like some inside biography. Yeah.
I don't think it was I don't think it was an autobiography. I think it was more of a
no
biography.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
yeah, I believe so.
I think it's someone who might have read Bob Iger's autobiography and was like, here's the story I know about it. Let me tell this story. And apparently they're trying to, rumor-wise, allegedly, are trying to do everything in their power for that book not to be written. So, that should be interesting because obviously things were messy at the end, but we're on to the future. So we're good. We got new Star Wars leadership.
Nobody wants to be the last one
yeah.
holding the rope.
Yeah.
So D-Doc mentioned earlier before we hop into Maul, and we've been going, 45 minutes strong. We haven't even talked Maul. So we might just do the first half of the show on all these touch points, and then the second half of the show on episodes 3 and 4 of Maul Shadowlord. But not only on the Discord, we started that, but D-Doc and I are doing some research. We're going to get out to everybody and let you know if we can put this together, because even though it's for you guys, it's just as much for us, because I want to be able to wear more Rule the Galaxy gear, and these guys have been making some great logos. So keep your heads on a swivel. We might be throwing some things at you with some links where you can go buy either a hat, a shirt, a sweatshirt, something like that, related to Rule the Galaxy with our logo and some new updated logos. So we'll give you an announcement on that once we figure that out. But I'm really excited about that. So that's pretty cool. And then the last thing I had was Lord of the Rings Hunt. Well, no, sorry, it's not the last thing. Two last things I have. Spaceballs, the new one. We saw a little bit with Mel Brooks today. And then Lord of the Rings Hunt for Gollum is December 27th. And they're starting to put some more stuff out in that. So, guys, did you have any thoughts on the Lord of the Rings Hunt for Gollum or on Spaceballs? And I tell you what, Vinny Smith has always told me if they come out with another Spaceballs, he wants to do a live reaction show on our Rule the Galaxy podcast, just like the old days, but he wants to do it about the new Spaceballs. Thoughts on either one of those topics before we head into Maul?
Alpha, you got something? I see you rubbing the hands.
I will be very cautiously optimistic about a sequel to Spaceballs. On one hand, it could be very similar to like Deadpool and Wolverine, where you're like, God, I have missed a movie like this that is just so in your face, like slapstick comedy. We need more comedies like this. Or it's going to be like, man, this is like 40 years too late.
Yeah.
I hope it's the first one. That movie always have a special place for me. I mean, it was hilarious. It made fun of my favorite movie in a very good way that I found it hilarious. Is there still room for that type of comedy? I think so. Can they still bring it? I don't know.
Comedy needs to be saved by something. I mean, if Tom Cruise can break records with Top Gun 2, I feel like comedy can be saved still. Like you're saying,
and it goes in cycles.
Yeah,
when Old School came out, that was like the first vulgar comedy in a long time. And that and 40-Year-Old Virgin were so over the top vulgar that it was like, for lack of a better word, there's a breath of fresh air. It was like, oh my gosh, I've been missing this kind of comedy.
And then you got,
but then it was quickly overdone.
Step Brothers, yeah. But
then, what was McLovin in? I forget that movie.
Super bad.
Super bad. Yeah.
Pineapple Express was a good one too. I mean, there was a good run, and then it's like someone flicked the switch, and it's funny that this topic's brought up because I actually last night watched a video of Vince Vaughn on Theo Vaughn's podcast, and he was talking about the fact that Hollywood kind of became too afraid to slap their brand onto comedies because of how you don't know what everybody was getting offended by everything, like even stuff that was like sometimes minimal things. So Vince Vaughn said all they did was just started to fund stand-up comedy specials because he said the studio execs can say, hey, all we're doing is funding this guy's stand-up special. All the thoughts are his. It has nothing to do with us. Whereas for like a script, they needed to write off the okay on everything, and every studio became like terrified to write the okay on comedies pretty much at that point.
I think some of it too, dating back to the Sony leak too, with what was the damn movie with Seth, the Kim Jong Un movie too.
Mm,
You
yeah.
go back to that, that kind of like scared people away too, because when they went at it, they went at them hard and they got their ass beat by that one too. So I think that impacted some of the decisions.
It's you have to have a balance with, these types of comedies. They have to be funny. You can't just be vulgar or obscene
Right.
or shocking and not have the funny factor with it.
Yes.
So now that we've talked comedy, should we expect the level of what we expect for Lord of the Rings Hunt for Gollum? Should that be on the level of
Absolutely
what we're
not.
used to?
No. Everyone involved in this movie, you were great in the original trilogy. You've had great careers. I'm sure you're going to pour everything that you can into this. But no, I'm not. Like, I will be very optimistic and supportive of it, but I will not go into it thinking I'm going to see the two towers.
So, question for both of you guys who are the major Lord of the Rings. Did you guys watch the Riders of Rohan, or not Riders of Rohan?
Rohirrim.
The Rohirrim
The
or
War
whatever?
for Rohirrim. I tried watching it and I just couldn't really get into it. And it's one that I just was like, I'm not feeling it this night, which is like similar to Star Wars oh my god. The
Visions?
anime Star Wars Visions. Like sometimes I feel like I can watch Visions where I'm like I can try to follow a story for this and lock in, and then other times it's just not for me. And what I've heard about it's WB who has the rights to Lord of the Rings, correct? Don't they need to put out a certain
Yes.
product into theater every certain amount of years to keep their
Yes.
rights to the product?
That was basically a rush job just to keep the rights. We're going to spend the minimal amount of money and time on this just to get something in the theater to keep our rights.
Are you talking about Rohim, or are you talking about this new one?
That was the Rohirrim.
Rohim.
Or Rohim, yeah.
Whatever, whatever.
So, I mean, this obviously is not that because they're bringing back OG cast and, Andy Serkis is directing it. Peter Jackson's involved. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see Gollum in like new CGI, although like maybe I'm not because new CGI seems to be worse than old CGI sometimes. It's going to be interesting. I mean, here's what I'll say is I've seen people being like Viggo Mortensen is the only Aragorn. Well, if this story calls for Aragorn to be at a certain age where he's a little more nimble and Viggo isn't going to do it,
Yeah.
It is what it is. And I get it. Viggo Mortensen will always be Aragorn. He will always be that. Just like Mark Hamill will always be Luke Skywalker. But I can't go and say multiple times on this podcast that they should recast Luke and Leia and Han and then be annoyed that they're recasting an Aragorn. Like, I just have to accept that. And I think if we want to see new stories of characters we love, we're going to have to accept them being recast.
100%.
So
I think that's kind of my issue is I don't want to see new stories. And I know that's probably not very
You mean
nice
with
to
Lord
say,
of the
but
Rings?
Yeah. Yes, just leave it alone.
Well, Rings of Power, a dumpster fire.
You went undefeated. You won the Super Bowl. Just hang it up. Go ahead. You made your money. Go out on.
Brent, before I ask your question
Or
here,
we can have a whole bunch of money, or we can have a shitload of money.
so give me the character, not the actor, or they can go the Val Kilmer angle, creepy as F. Did you guys see that? They're using an all AI or something like that.
Yeah,
Val Kilmer.
I only watched about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
And Jason Hatfield wants to know what you're painting tonight, Brent, before we hop on to Maul
I got a whole
Shadowlord.
bunch of crap that I'm doing. I'm trying to do touch-ups. So I don't know why they made this guy playable, but his General Tiggy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Moff Tarkin. So I just did the skin on the hands and the face. They have an alternate sculpt for the Director Krennic. So I did his. And then I did this the other day. The Thrawn. He's kind of easy. And then I'm working on faces of Rebel troopers, doing the same faces, but then I've also done like a camo pattern on it. So yeah, you see me kind of doing my thing. I'm trying to figure out what to do with the Sullustan. I have a Sullustan face, but Nine Nub is kind of like pale.
Is he an actor or is he a puppet?
He was a puppet.
Am I a man or am I a Muppet? Did you guys ever see that Muppet movie with Jason Segel?
100%.
That's a funny song. Am I a man or a Muppet?
I like that whole movie.
That
That's a
movie
great
does
movie.
that movie does a justice to the
Yeah.
to the old school Muppets. Random,
Yep.
but
I don't know. It's hard to see.
No,
Now-
I got him.
now, Brent,
looks good.
if you bring your Legion boys into our Discord, I will create a Legion channel on the Discord, and you guys can share your stuff, and then we can go and see what
Check
you
it
guys
out.
are talking
Yes.
about in there.
There's already a Legion Discord with over 400 people, both local and abroad, because we have, or not abroad, but like we have a lot of people that play in different tournaments, so we have a lot of talk. We have our so here's the thing. I didn't know about Discord until about 5-6 years ago. I think I'm in 12. No, I think I'm in like 20 different servers. And Joe, you probably have one server. I'm in like 20 to 30 different servers, most of which are connected to some game or something like. So
I'm only in 2.
yeah,
This is my 4th.
Yeah, but the one about boobs, we're not allowed to talk about on here.
I'll talk about it.
It was funny because Alfie was like, "You guys are creating channels and everything. Look at you." And I'm like, I was on Discord in a Clash of Clans group where I didn't know anybody in the clan that I was in for Clash of Clans, and it was serious. There was raid times, there was battle strategy, and it was like, it was intense in there. And when I finally deleted Clash of Clans because I was taking 30-minute shits while I was playing Clash of Clans, I needed to end it. And
Were you
that's
doing
when
like this?
Yeah, it was. I'm like, if I can't feel my feet when I'm done taking a shit, there's a problem there. So I got rid of Clash of Clans, and I also got rid of Discord when I got rid of that. So getting back now and being in these guys' Discord and being in ours, I'm like, this is so much fun. I remember what I liked about this.
Oh, gosh.
I've already gotten messages today on Discord. Hey, if you guys really come out here for celebration, we got to get together. Or another guy's like, hey, you could stay at my house. Yeah, I've talked to this guy on Discord for like 5 years, but I don't know this person.
Yeah, that's wild.
Well, I don't expect myself to be on there all day, every day. I expect to check it.
Nobody does when it starts.
Yeah. and well, I'm kind of like the moderator. Just make sure everybody's having a good time. Then, I'm hopping out. So
You're the dad popping his head in the door, being like, everything all right in here, boys? You good? All right. See you later.
On Joey and Ben's Discord for these guys, they asked me to be on it because they talk about me on the podcast all the time. And so I hopped in and I, threw in some things real quick. And one of their favorite things is they always say, Daddy's on air. Well, when I hopped on, people started chiming in to me because they knew I was Joey's dad. with Daddy's on air, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm not sure this is a place for me. But anyway, it's
And they
fun.
remembered the jersey that you have too, Joe. I saw
Oh.
that in there the other day. You're like
Oh,
a
yeah.
celebrity in there.
When you know you have it bad is when you start grading memes on which Discord server you can share it to.
Okay.
And you know it instantly in your mind. You're like, oh, yeah, I can send it to this guy. Not that guy. Can't send it to that one, but I can send it to this one.
Well, I think this is good. We got us on here weekly. We've got Discord going on for anybody who listens to us all the time, 24/7. We'll have the shop soon. It's going to be wall to wall rule the galaxy, and
Just remember
future trips.
when
We'll do some meetups.
When the thunder comes, you ask for it. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
You guys should have a notification.
Oh,
He's in.
Brent just jumped in. Okay, now he and J-Doc can throw barbs back and forth at each other. Okay.
Talk about safety ratings on Subarus.
All right.
I hope Joe listens to this episode.
We are
Usually
about
does.
an hour in, and let's get to what we originally thought would be the core of all this show right here. Let's talk about Maul Shadowlord, episodes 3 and 4. Episode 3, Whispers in the Unknown. As I always do, I'm going to throw caution to the wind, let you guys run the show. Tell me what you thought. First episode, when Devin escapes, we leave episode 2 right into episode 3, and then it's on a whirlwind from there. What did you guys think? What did you like? What did you dislike? And what stood out to you?
I was a huge fan of 3 because I liked Maul and his manipulative tactics and him trying to talk crap to Devin and get her on his side. So I liked everything about all of that manipulation that he was doing. Shows Maul as something more. Again, like I said the last time, he's more than at last we'll have our revenge. Right? He definitely has depth to him. So that's where I'll go. Like that whole episode was really interesting to watch him and how he played her.
When he was popping in and out and disappearing into the shadows, little David was like, he's like, what is he doing right? Like he was getting like weirded out by it, and he's so locked into it. He said to me tonight, he's like, I can't wait till Monday, and I was like, what do we got Monday? And he's like, we're watching Maul on Monday. I'm like, all right, this is the most he's been into something in his Star Wars life. This is the most he's been into something so far. So, I mean, it was excellent. That lightsaber fight was excellent. Were you guys getting Dark Knight Rises vibes from that when
Exactly.
Oh.
when Devin was climbing out, like in the Dark Knight Rises when Batman's got to get out of that pit?
Well, I was thinking more of also Batman Begins when Bruce Wayne and Ra's al Ghul are fighting on the ice.
Yeah.
And he's just basically kind of sidestepping everything, but still monologuing at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were some Batman vibes in this episode. Yeah. I mean, that what would you call it? I don't know. The hole or the cylinder, the shaft. Yeah, the shaft. Yeah. Sorry. The shaft that they were climbing up. That sounds weird.
It's an exit only shaft.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it just reminded me of those guys chanting in Dark Knight Rises when he's trying to climb out. So
I also
the whole
like
symbolism of coming out of the darkness and back into the light. But
yes,
from the beginning of that scene, she's already fallen to the dark. He's already got his hooks in her.
Oh,
and that's what he's basically saying is you can resist all you want, but that's gone.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Real quick, Hyperspace Heroes in the chat. And yes, phrasing I agree. Hyperspace. I should watch myself on that. I love that Vario still did his typical Joe Pesci act where he was, "Hey, how'd you get out? What happened? Blah blah blah." Doing his jibber jabber. Rootcast knew what was happening, even though all their people had all their guns on him. On Devin, she just sat there and watched. Let her go. She knew what was being planned. But how badass was the Maul relaxing with the samurai tea and just sitting there being polite and etiquette and just drawing her right in. That was awesome. And then going back to that flashing in and flashing out thing, not only did it remind me of the Batman scenes, but it reminded me of Mandalorian when they were on the prisoner ship. Remember when Mando, every other scene when the lights would flash, he would hop in and out
Right.
in the
And
hallway
he's
there.
coming back up behind Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that was awesome.
Very, very cool. Again, we go back into.
Question.
Go ahead.
My personal jury is still out, and I want to hear where you guys sit. Lightsaber animation.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they are flexible pool noodles.
I get it.
Okay.
They definitely add some vapor trail to it.
They did.
They add more vapor trail.
It looks like it's bending. And I get why they're doing it, but they're putting a bend. They're trying to make it look bending.
I take it as I go back to the Revenge of the Sith novel, and I know it's not canon anymore, whatever.
I think it is.
It's some aspects of it, but the description of Palpatine's fight against the Masters, about how fast it was, that you couldn't, it almost appeared like smoke because they moved so fast. And that's what I take from that bending of the lightsabers is that, two force sensitive people fighting each other is faster than like you or eyes could perceive. And it would give that kind of effect.
And I understand, like, that's what I get. That's the intent of the effect. There's just my personal jury is still out on
Right.
how fast it actually is, and is that accurate? Yeah. So
I think
That's why I think personally the Ahsoka show doesn't work because Rosario Dawson is too slow physically, and that's not a knock on her, but in animation, Ahsoka is so fast.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks hokey to me and really fake in live
Which is
action.
why they shouldn't use the glow stick lightsabers that don't look like on-screen lightsabers. Because it would be much easier if she had the thin rod on the end of it, like they had in the prequels and the originals.
Yeah.
I think animation is what we have built, at least for myself, is what I had built up in my mind for decades of not being able to see that on screen.
I like that. That's why I said last week, animation is key to some parts of the Star Wars story. And I think it allows them to do things even though we can do so much, they still can't do everything they can do in animation.
Not everyone is Hayden and Ewan, or Ray Parks.
I was going to say Ray Parks can actually wield a lightsaber similar to that, which is crazy.
Yes.
Oh, Ray.
What I was going to say was I think they're what am I looking for? They're even taking it to another level because it's Maul and the evil and the anger and everything in the blade. Like, not only are they making it look a little bit different, but also I saw something on YouTube the other day. They're actually adding his scream into the swinging of the blade. So while the blade is swinging through, his scream is built into that sound of the blade.
And the whispering and the bells in the background. Yes. It's got a very mystical element to it.
Yeah, they didn't just say, "Hey, let's just make a Darth Maul show and see how it goes." They were like, "Let's put out a Maul show and let's build some freaking lore." Like they're not messing around.
My question, and this has really nothing to do with the discussion of the episodes, but it's just a thought I had. Is Devin, could she possibly be this mythical Jedi that we have theorized, like the kind of gray Jedi? Is Darth Maul like a dark side interpretation of Qui-Gon Jinn in this idea of mastering the Force, but without the limitations of I'm a Sith or I'm a Jedi?
That's interesting.
But so within the George world, you're one or the other, right? Like I'm like
Yeah, you're either good or bad.
Yeah, that's the George take on everything, right? Like the modern take is that there's these gray. I don't know.
Did he envision a Jedi or a dark side user that broke away from any type of order that says you have to follow these rules?
Interesting.
Just like Devin in the first episode, do you starve because of your ideology, or do you use the Force to, steal a small amount of food to sustain
Just to
yourself?
survive. Yeah.
I mean, but that's so. Yeah, so you're talking about the moral
Ambiguity. Good.
right? So, but I feel like if you are doing and talking and doing the traditional original trilogy and interpretation of all of that, you would say that you would starve, right? Like the Obi-Wan Kenobi, because I think one of the things we can all agree on is Obi-Wan is the truest Jedi. He's the one that's probably
I disagree.
the least corrupted.
I completely disagree.
Sorry.
We got a kitty cat.
He had no problems lying to Luke.
Okay. Because from a certain point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess
he knew what he was doing from the very beginning.
I think I'd almost lean towards Qui-Gon being the most true Jedi, because he could tell there was something corrupt and wrong with the council. Mm-hmm. Not that they were bad, but they weren't even following.
Right, they've lost their way.
Order. Yeah. But I get what you say, because most people like me, I look up to Obi-Wan. I think Obi-Wan's really cool, and he's a real big hero in the storyline. But yeah, he had some. Right.
He was willing to bend the truth for Luke to kill Darth Vader, because him and Yoda both knew if Luke knew the truth, he wouldn't want to kill him, and then it would make their jobs a lot harder.
So, what I'm getting at is, would Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan take in the fruit?
Qui-Gon had no problems on cheating with the dice and then using the Force during the race for Anakin to win.
Obi-Wan would not have taken the fruit.
I don't think Clone Wars.
Then again, he did take stuff back to his EOP.
Mm-hmm. He was stealing from his employer.
Yeah. Wow, it's so weird that I remember that. Or that we remember.
Oh, you're talking about the
Kenobi series.
Kenobi series.
Yeah,
from the desert whale or whatever.
Yeah, he was taking a little sliver of that.
That
whale wagyu.
So, yeah, that's right. Well, let's keep zooming, because all of a sudden now we're in a totally different thing here. But Two Boots had to still remind Lawson of his son's match, and had to go do work while he talked him into going and watching his son playing his space lacrosse match there. So that was, just refreshing you and reminding you there's still family life going on and real world stuff going on in all this.
Another Batman reference, okay, or similarity. Are the Rebel Commandos just wearing repurposed space lacrosse gear? I mean, are they literally the Batman wearing the hockey pads?
Okay.
I'm not the one wearing hockey pads.
I had
That's
written
funny.
down. I had written down, as you guys have mentioned, Maul keeps trying to tell Devin for most of the show why they're similar. He's they're going over, how she's seeing the world, how he's trying to tell her what's real. Devin takes his lightsaber. Of course, we go to the back and forth, like you mentioned. And at the same time, Barrio's already turned in some more of the Pike stuff, so there's big to do. And Two Boots has to go take care of the Pikes and the gangs meeting up while Lawson's watching his son's game. And when his son finally scores in the game, Lawson's taking off because he's getting an alarm saying, hey, this is going on where Two Boots is. So there was a lot going on there in a short period of time while Devin and Maul were just going at it back and forth. Any thoughts on that? The fatherhood thing, is Riley going to play a bigger role in this, or is it just going to be I hate my dad later on in the show?
No,
What's
they're
going to
gonna
go
have
on
a
there?
moment. They're gonna
Yeah.
have a moment.
He's going to
And
be singing.
his
Go ahead, Alfie.
his ex-wife works for the Empire now. She's got a career.
That was a
She
huge
left them
drop.
behind.
Actually. I think his son is going to sing Daddy Wasn't There from Austin Powers 3. Daddy wasn't there.
And then to go along with that,
Remember anybody?
yes, because wasn't Michael Caine his dad in that
Yeah.
show? Yeah, there we go.
Change my
And then Uncle
underwear.
Iko Deco or whatever, he shows up and talks to Lawson. So I thought that was pretty cool that went on. Riley scored.
And they
Talking about
both
his
talk
niece
out
and all
of
that stuff.
the side of the mouse.
Yeah.
And both pick up on that they are doing so.
Yes. Benicio del Toro. What was that from, Jason Hadfield?
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi. Yes, DJ. There you go. Okay. I read that first one and didn't put together with the second one there.
We can't get through a fucking episode without bringing up the goddamn Last Jedi.
Good movie.
So Two Boots, no matter what, every time something goes on, Two Boots first thing, we have to call the Empire.
Because he's
Lawson
a
every
droid.
time.
A droid is not going to understand the difference between the Republic and the Empire.
He just sees it as a boss, following
Right.
the rules. Yeah.
That's what little David was like. Does that have something to do with Order 66? He's like, why Two Boots just like can't stop saying that we need to call the Empire? And I was like, I just think it's in his programming because he's like, he's obviously unique to the other, police robots on that planet. He's obviously unique where he has a relationship with Lawson and there's just something different about him. But I was like, I just think that that's part of his programming that he can't help but to say like, okay, time for the Empire to come in, it's just part of it.
Hyperspace Heroes. So Lawson is following the Mon Mothma School of Parenting. I can see that. I can believe that.
Do we get a dinner party?
I'm sure we will.
We get
Maybe a
dancing at the
wedding and
dinner party?
some really great pop song.
I can't wait to see who Lawson's wife is, because they've been building that up from the beginning. They've just been throwing nuggets, They've been throwing little ET M&Ms or Reese's Pieces. Actually,
Is it Deidre?
No. Only if the lights are out, Brent. So Two Boots did go over Lawson's head to his boss, the lady who was in there. Who is she? She's like the chief of the police.
Yeah, they call her chief.
Okay. And she reassigned him into desk duty because, he should not be going above Lawson's head. So there's a lot going on back and forth there. I'm trying to remember where.
She also seems pretty worried about Lawson's ex coming and the Empire taking over too. Like they seem like they've had the issue in the past or had something happen, like they really don't want it.
Or they're all on the take.
There's been some shady things going on there in Janix.
Mhm.
Yes.
I don't know.
We already know. Lawson's talking to the ladies at the brothel, so there's some things going on.
And he like knows that
you have shady connections, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Hyperspace Heroes chiming in. Some of our favorite discussion points. Banking and credit laundering. Yes, we will see that very soon. Let's go to the bridge scene where they're battling, and Maul Shadow is over Devon again in the scene. Right, the lights just perfectly made to where his head and his horns cover her head in the shadows. But what did you guys think about they have Revenge of the Sith music in the background of that?
Mhm.
Was that from the Obi-Wan Anakin fight?
Yes.
On
Yes, it
another
was.
bridge.
Mhm.
I mean, fantastic use of music. It's amazing when you can hear just a few beats and you're like,
Yeah, it's like 5 seconds.
yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
So-
I think Holocron Maul offered a pretty good deal in that scene, if that's the scene you're talking about.
That's the very end of 4.
Yeah, that's the next one. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm thinking of 3. Geez.
Yep.
I'm thinking of 4. Sorry.
But the big thing in number 3 was Maul lets her go. He lets her go. She walks out. She takes off, and he says, go, Devon. She never gave him her name.
No.
She seems very scared when he says it too.
Yeah.
This look of like fear recognition on her face.
Well, she's been in hiding now for what, over a year?
Something like that. Probably.
So over a year, and probably the only person that's called her that, maybe, if they've even called him that, is Deco or Eco. So, yeah, she's got to wonder where that came from, because she did not give that up, because earlier he said, you can state your name here. That's a polite thing to do, right?
Right.
And she did not. So, I don't know. I like the beginnings and the endings of all these. I can see the things they've layered into the previous episode and the next episode. And there's always something leaving you wanting more, even though you're getting ready to get another episode. That scene of her leaving and that look on her face, it just hits really well.
What do you got there, Brent? Who is it?
I'm gonna see if you guys.
Hondo?
Yeah, it's
It
Hondo.
looks like Hondo.
Really?
Hondo's going to be a playable character. He is going to be playable in everybody but the Shadow Collective. So sorry to cut that off, but like
You're
won't,
fine.
because he never works with Maul. And he's got a really funny mechanic that like the card statement says I work for profit, which basically means that like some of his stats will change based upon the initiative value. So maybe you play so you get a lower initiative value, but he gets 4 times the dodge out as opposed to having 1 time to dodge out. So he gets to play around because he's there for profit with the stats and stuff like that. So his stats aren't set. But yeah, I just wanted to he's coming in short time. Anyways, sorry. But yeah, so Shadow Collective. Have we gotten to the Pikes yet, or are we still in 3?
We just finished 3. Just finished 3. So we just finished Whispers in the Unknown. The next episode is number 4, Pride and Vengeance. This is where Vario goes to Krim and start. This is I think is a very cool scene. Vario shows up. The Pikes are waiting for him, and he kind of whispers in one of their ears and says, "Hey, this is not my idea, right?"
He tries to tell him, I was forced to.
Yeah, I was forced to do this. When they played it off to where the fake Maul gets shot by the stun gun, and Vario thinks he's doing something great. Now, I don't think Vario was all the way in on it. I think he really felt like
that was Maul.
That was Maul Do you guys think that, or do you think he
I agree.
I thought he was all the way in on it
really?
because they showed the one shot of him like shortly after when Maul came out, they showed him kind of smile and like slink back behind something. Where I was like, I think he was in on the plan. I think he's kind of starting to enjoy this little group that he's with right now with Maul. That's how I read it. Maybe I'm wrong. I only watched each one once, but when he gave that little grin when real Maul came in, which was insane.
That was a great scene.
Yeah, that was insane. He kind of looked like he was like, yeah, we just did that, but I don't know. I got to rewatch it. I want to rewatch both of these because the first two I watched twice, and these two I only watched once.
I don't know if he's in on it. I'm gonna say that I think that he would. That little wry smile is like, you pulled one on me also, but I'm still alive.
We'll see. We'll know next episode, I'm sure. I mean, this guy is sticking around. I thought he was going to be like a little.
Yeah.
I thought he was just going to be there, and now I'm like, he might be a part of the full show. He really might. He might be around and be like, because he knows the undergrounds and all these guys. Like he might just team up with Maul. What does he have to lose?
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be.
Yeah,
able
he's
to
an opportunist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
He's for sure an opportunist. There's no doubt about that.
He is Hondo in miniature.
In miniature is amazing.
Yes.
I just love how tiny that dude is.
Before your next point, too, one thing I've been meaning to point out that I love about this show, I love the text that they use when they say each chapter. It reminds me of Shadows of the Empire on N64 or something. There's just something about how it's like, it just kind of gives me like 90s vibes, the way the text is and the color for each chapter. There's just something about it. I don't know. It's very simple, but like, I like it.
I don't watch a lot of current animation. I grew up with cartoons, love everything about cartoons. Still will watch Scooby-Doo or something like that with my grandkids, but what they're doing with this animation overall, not just only the script and everything else, but just the look of this series is top notch. I mean, I know I'm not an anime guy, but I'm sure they're doing great things in that field. But this stuff's blown me away how great it all looks. And it's so dark to really still get that much visuals out of a dark show. Like I went and saw the Batman with Robert Pattinson or whatever. That movie was so dark. I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we seeing? I can't even tell what's going on. This show's dark, but still the colors mean so much, and the shots, the angles, everything of it. Just great scenery, great visuals on this. So Devin and her master reunite, and he thinks she's got vengeance, and she wants to bring him to justice. But honestly, I think she wants vengeance. But that's just my 2 cents worth right there. And they want to go to Lawson to help, and Eco gives the info to Lawson, and then Lawson gets it and turns 2 boots off. What do you think about that? That's a pretty big deal to turn off a droid, right? I mean, besides Han and Leia turning off C-3PO, when you say it's about the worst thing you can do to a droid is just switch them off, it's totally disrespectful.
Yeah, especially to your boy. Your son is asking about him. He's telling you when his lacrosse game is.
He had pictures of him on his desk.
Yeah,
you are correct.
Yeah,
you can tell he didn't want to do it, but he had to do it.
Yes, I thought this next sentence, leading up to what you were talking about, D-Doc, with the deal thing. I thought Maul's message and his plan for Lawson, I thought it was a really good deal, actually. Offers a deal with no Empire involvement, or, not getting them involved. We won't bother the city. Just let this be our operating center. you keep doing your thing, we'll keep everything clean and not even cause a mess. Basically, you just let us do our illegal crap. We'll stay clear of you. Everything will be good. But with Lawson maybe having some shady or underhanded things going on in the way he does his law work, he says no. And just like, I think, did Maul say this in Clone Wars when he was talking to the Mandalorians? Die well. I mean, that's pretty much what he said. If there's no deal, thanks, I appreciate it. You're an upstanding guy, but die well. So that was a really good scene. Really, really liked all that back and forth with Lawson, Maul, Vario in the middle of all of it. What were you guys' thoughts on all that?
I immediately thought of Inglorious Bastards at the end of it when they're like, "Is that a good deal? I'd take that deal." I was like, Lawson,
That's a damn
this
good deal.
Yeah, damn good deal. I was like, this sounds like a good deal for you, man. I'm like, you're not gonna have to worry about the Empire. You let Maul do his thing. He's gonna stay out of your hair. But he's like he's one of those characters where he's got integrity, and he's like, I'm not gonna do that. But it's interesting because it's like he does have integrity, but it goes into us talking about how much he knows about this underground and how he knows how to work around everything. I mean, they've already proven that he's overly dedicated to his job because of the way his family has had to deal with it. But I don't know. It was interesting. I thought he was actually going to consider it, but he was just like, nope, we're not doing that.
Right, because in any time you try this with the mob or a criminal organization, it only escalates, and they just chip away at you. How much can they get away with? How far can they push you and back you into a corner? So, not surprised that he said no. In the end, it'd probably be better if he said yes.
I thought the next scene was very cool, very Phantom Menace style, 2-on-1 of Jedi versus Sith with Devin and her master running, tracking down Maul. Again, this time it's Eco giving Maul a deal, saying, you surrender. Look, we'll make sure you get treated fairly. Nobody has to die. You surrender, and then it came into the whole battle of he's talking to Eco, but he's really talking to Devin, right? The message is really going to her, but he says, you survived, but you don't really live.
Right.
And I thought that was a really great line on that, because I kind of live by that. That's the thing that always stands in my mind, people live their lives, but do they really live their lives? Or are they just getting through them? Right. And these guys are at the bottom of the barrel. They're homeless. They're hungry. Are they really living? Or are they just barely getting by? So,
and it's this whole idea of, they keep saying bringing him to justice. Well, what does that mean? Because even if they were to best him, what do they do with him? Who do they give him to?
Right.
Without bringing heat on, they're dead if they turn him into the Empire.
Yeah. Because they're seen as big of enemies as he is.
Right.
Hence the reason why he didn't tell Homeboy that he was a Jedi.
See, that's where I don't get the whole people getting hung up on Order 66 and they're still being Jedi alive. That's not really... Order 66 wasn't necessarily killing every Jedi. It's killing the Order. It's killing the ideology. Yes, these two are still alive, but does that really matter? Not really, because
what are they doing?
They can't pass on. They can't have a school. They can't have more than a few people associated with them, or they risk death themselves.
100%. I really like that. And I will say, during that battle between those two with their lightsabers and Maul with the red lightsaber, the visuals were fantastic in there. The color scheme when Eco and Maul were face to face, I mean, it almost didn't look animated, it looked that good. Like, right when they're face to face and the blades in between them, those were fantastic. And then one thing that really stood out to me was Iko took a shot at Maul's robotic knee, and you could tell that really kind of threw something in Maul's head to kind of like make him realize again, I'm not really who I am, right? I'm just part of who I am, right? I'm not the full strength, full Maul. And then also it made me start thinking about, remember how crippled kind of he was walking in Rebels when he met up with Ezra and Malachor? Is this going to play a factor and linger that knee? Is that going to make it to where that, he's having problems with that later on by the time they get to Rebels?
If this happens with him facing a Padawan and I would say older, less aggressive master, what happens when he faces a Sith Lord?
Yeah.
I really like this master design because it kind of looks like what you would think like a herbivore kind of dinosaur, maybe lizard, reptile.
I was thinking Trandoshan, but I know it wasn't Trandoshan.
It has a very like internal, like passive look to it. Do you not understand what I'm saying? Like not aggressive, like a brontosaurus kind of look or something. You know?
He's got a mouth like of a triceratops, kind of like the overbite kind of thing.
It gives a vibe of a peaceful kind of Zen Jedi master. So what if he gets hurt? Yeah, it's just a little robot knee. I mean, it's repairable, but you catch a hit from somebody like that. What happens when you face, let's say, I don't know, Darth Vader?
That's why he got out again.
Really up to that?
Yeah.
Right. Makes sense why he was very adamant of, hey, I can't face this guy alone. Ezra, I need you.
After that fight, Lawson finds out that they're both Jedi and sees why they were kind of being hiding and not up front with him on everything like that. Does that come in? How much does that come into play now that he knows what they are? I mean, we're 40% through with the show now. Is there going to be some interaction where they team up for certain things, or is it he just knows now and that's it?
Did the master die at the end of this episode?
I couldn't tell because he said, "I'm sorry, I failed you."
He was limping off. She was helping him limp off.
Yeah, but I'm not necessarily die. Let me rephrase that. Did he receive an internal injury that is going to result in death?
I don't know.
Me either.
He was definitely hurting.
It almost looked like he took a killing blow. That, you're not dead right now, but you're dead pretty soon.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That's what I was thinking about when that episode ended. Was I was like, is he really hurt, or does he also feel like they lost that fight? And does he feel through the Force that Devin has some gravitation towards Maul, and he knows he's going to lose her? That's what I was like. Is that also kind of killing him a little bit?
Good call.
Is he really hurt, and now the Inquisitors are there, and he's going to be easy target?
It's an open-ended thing, though, D-Doc. I agree with you. I'm sorry I failed you. Is I let it to where you can now have your uncle try to kill you when you wake up from a dream later on. No, that's a different movie. Sorry. I'm sorry I failed you. You're leading towards the dark side. I'm sorry I failed you. I didn't get to finish your training. I might be passing on to the netherworld, whatever. So yeah, it has a couple different meanings. We'll see here real soon. And then I really love that Lawson goes up and feels. I mean, this is a robot, a droid, right? He goes up into two boots and feels like he has to say he apologizes and he hopes he can forgive him. And then, man, you knew it was coming. Two Boots turns and says, I'm sorry, and I hope you can forgive me too. And the next thing we see is a Star Destroyer coming in over the top of Janix. That's pretty cool. I wasn't sure I liked the idea of Star Destroyers being over planets until I saw it on Jeddah like that. That was really cool in Rogue One. But now it's a pretty cool scene. And it was in Rebels too when it came over Luthor. But are we going to meet his wife? Is his wife going to be some bigwig, or is she just going to be a pencil pusher in the Empire? Are the Inquisitors coming next? I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe real quick.
I have bonus material that I brought to Rule the Galaxy
Love
tonight,
it.
and I'm gonna play it for you guys right now.
Rule the Galaxy crew. I got a question. What is the Empire going to do? And is Palpatine going to be involved with every single thing?
There you go. I had a question from Lil David, and I couldn't find the spot on the episode last week where I asked the question that he had for me. So I was like, I'll record a question from you tonight, and you drop it for the boys. So
Love it.
Yeah.
Brent, Alfie, what do you guys think?
Is Palpatine going to be a part of it? No. I don't think he'll show his face in here, but clearly, is he a part of it? Yes. Right? That kind of a thing. I don't think we're going to see a Palpatine. What was the other part? What's actually going to happen with that? The Inquisitors for sure, but what else is connected to that? And interesting. I will go back to. I apologize. I think the smoke letting the Mandalorians get out was awesome. The little murder bot doing the smoke to allow him to get out.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. So.
Yeah. What did the robot say when he said that? He was like, can't see now or something like that. I don't know. Alfie, do you think Palpatine's is going to be involved at all?
Yes.
Will you see him? You think we'll see him?
It depends on how long this show goes.
At least 2 seasons.
Palpatine never wastes an opportunity. And he already had it out with Maul, and Maul basically ran away. I could see Palpatine. He's obviously going to want to destroy Maul just the same way that he wanted to destroy the Mandalorians, because he is a very conceivable threat, even minor. But also, I could see him wanting to utilize Maul. I hate that we always, the nostalgia thing and things pop in my mind, but the first thing that I think of is Starkiller. I'm not saying Maul is Starkiller because we know what Maul becomes, but I'm saying I could see that being in Palpatine's mind. Oh, hey, here's a perfect candidate. Let me capture him and see what I can do to turn him back into something useful for me. How can I redirect this arrow that's pointed at me and use it for my benefit?
True.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I think Palps will be pulling the strings from behind the scenes as he usually does.
Yeah, exactly. That's just the way he operates. Oh,
yeah.
You have to kill your son to be my, right-hand guy. Oh, you lost? Well, hey, Luke, guess what? I never really wanted him to kill you. I really wanted you all along.
Yeah,
that's just the way he operates. Will this get back to Palpatine at some point? I don't know. Like I said, just depend on how long the show goes.
And little David, we're going to see Stormtroopers galore showing up. We're going to see some Imperial commanders who are jerks and speak in a British accent who treat people bad. We're going to see a number of Inquisitors, which will be great to add those in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's going to be a number, or do you think it's just going to be Malik?
I think. Well, I know we're going to see at least two.
Marak.
Yeah, we're going to see him
Marak
and
the crow face one.
Yep, we're going to see at least those two, and then Jason Hatfield, to go along with David's question, says, "Will we see Vader versus Maul?"
Yes,
I think we will, and I don't know if it's this season. I guess it could be, but again, I think he's been damaged. And now you're going to see, if that happens, you're going to see him beat down to nothing. And that's why he goes back to Malachor and Rebels to try to reinvent himself, find hidden secrets that'll help him survive or gain power and all that kind of stuff. But that's why he also knows, dude, I can't do this. I'm getting out of here if Vader's showing up.
Again, I hate to just reuse storylines. But man, wouldn't this just fit right into the Shadows of the Empire? What if Vader and Maul are working together for a while?
Oh, didn't even think about that.
Tough. Wow.
I could handle
that's
that.
Essentially what him and Caesar did.
Yep.
Until Caesar tried to double cross him.
And maybe Vader sees him as that tool to help him. Right?
Yes, exactly. To help him go after the Emperor.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just like Jason Hatfield said earlier about Mandalorian, the movie, it's pretty wide open. Yes, should Maul or should Mando and Grogu be good at the end and survive so there can be other stories told? Yes. But outside of that, we don't know a ton on that. Well, on this Maul thing, I know Alfie probably knows more than the other three of us on here, but besides us knowing that he ends up dying in Rebels to Obi-Wan, there's not a lot I know that I'm 100% sure that's going to happen between here and then. So
he works with Kira. Because he shows up at the end of Solo.
Yeah.
He works with Dryden Voss.
Wow. I know you guys aren't Buck Rogers fans. Sorry, Jason Hatfield threw that on there. Tweaky. Do you guys remember? Well, Alpha, you remember that, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. The little, yeah. Same birthday as Jason Hatfield. Felix Silla. Gotcha.
There's a lot of mud that this show has the opportunity to get into.
Yes.
It's like just a lot of the points that were just said within the last 5 minutes on this. It's like, man, this could actually go that direction. I mean, yeah, the Vader Maul thing could be the Vader Maul thing. They're going to give us Vader Maul in some fashion.
Look at Brent.
Oh, it's happening, Brent. This show is giving us everything this show is giving me everything I've wanted so far. It's going to continue to give it.
I just give.
Yes, it's giving and I'm taking. Phrasing.
We don't know where Devin's going. We all think Eco's going to die. Who's going to die? Maul Vader. There's a lot that can be put into all this.
Yeah,
I love having Brent on here. He makes it fun.
We know that he climbs right back up to the top of the crime syndicates.
Mm-hmm.
And that he's feared enough that when Beckett and Solo screw up the job, a seasoned criminal like Beckett is terrified because he knows what it means.
Am I putting too much coal in the hype train, Brent?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
I won't apologize.
We can't help ourselves, man. We can't help ourselves. But no, I don't think any of that's gonna be there. I don't think that there's gonna be a Vader Maul showdown. I don't think that the Palpatine will make an appearance. Is he running the show? Yes. I mean, he's running the show, But do I think he'll make an appearance? No, because at this point he thinks he's dead. Unless he feels him part of the Force, but there's last you know, the Empire knows that
The
Maul's
Empire
dead.
just got told that he's alive.
Through the
They
ISB,
sent a
through
Star
Tubes.
Destroyer to investigate.
True.
Yeah.
Will the Mother of Dragons show up?
I
The girl
don't
from the
understand why
Christmas
you
movie.
think the
Yeah.
Empire would think he's dead.
I love Maul. Maul should be dead. So I think he should be dead. So I don't trust the fact that he's alive. So I think the Emperor, who has a lot of hubris, thinks that he's dead.
He saw him alive. Personally,
Mhm.
they fought
And he
When?
said, I have other plans for you.
in the Clone Wars.
See,
Yes.
this is the thing, right? So that's there.
The Emperor fought Maul and Savage.
Savage.
And he kills Savage, and Maul runs away
Brother.
and loses the Darksaber to the Emperor, which makes Luke the rightful
Oh,
heir
yeah.
to Mandalore.
Mandalore. There we go. Man, that's a long train right there.
Mm-hmm.
Doc, did you know that Maul fought the Emperor?
Yeah, I remember that episode just because I remember Sidious with he had 2 lightsabers in his hands.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And laughed the whole time. It was great. It was a great fight.
I do remember that because there was one point where I was going to slip and be like, "Does he still remember that he's alive?" And then I was like, "Oh yeah, because he fought him and Savage in Clone Wars."
Which is why I'm not the
There you
super fan.
I don't know
Which
Clone
then-
Wars that well myself, still though. I
You
want to
could even-
rewatch it.
You could even take it further and say that he would have been on the registry for the Venator when he got captured during the Siege of Mandalore. But Vader personally went to that Venator and saw that he was not there. Neither was
Mhm.
Ahsoka.
Yes.
And that's
He was on the manifest as a captured prisoner, right?
Right.
and that's season 7, right?
Mm-hmm. That's the end of the Clone Wars series.
So is that the last known like Anakin Maul interaction? I might be stupid for asking that, but I'm just like I've after watching the show, I'm like I need to go and watch. Clone
Anakin
Wars.
knows that Ahsoka is going with the 501st to Mandalore
Mm-hmm.
to capture Maul.
Yes. But I'm trying to think back to my Clone Wars lore, not to keep us on here going into that, but did Anakin only Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars fought Maul again? Because it was Savage Opress and Maul versus Obi-Wan and Asajj Ventress. But Anakin never had any direct battle or contact with him, correct?
Not off the top of my head.
But he did know, like you said, Ahsoka's going to get Maul with the 501st.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. On the ship's plan, manifest, everything, they said, hey, we got him captured. He's in this cell, in this container, whatever. That's the last they knew of him and Ahsoka at that time.
Just a 30-minute episode of Vader versus Maul fighting everywhere.
When that happens, we're gonna have Brent film himself watching it.
You'll have to consult a doctor for an erection that lasts longer than 3 to 4 hours after that. I'm just saying.
Love it.
Doc, why won't this go down? Did you watch Maul last night? I did. Well, there you go. That's the reason.
I've got one too.
We're seeing Kate from the last Christmas.
Oh, gosh. There is a chance that Dryden Voss and her could show up in this show.
I do think that like, so if you want to have the argument, I do think, and I want to see Dryden Voss I don't know about Kira because I don't know when Kira joins up with him, but I do want to
In
see
the Solo movie.
But how long has she been working with him though? That's what I'm saying. He's in the Solo movie, yes, but how long had she been with Dryden Voss? Because you don't know how long she'd been with him. You know that she's with him.
For years.
Damn it, man.
She says that she was picked up shortly after they were captured trying to leave Corellia.
So I think Dryden Voss and Kate from The Last Christmas might see each other. We might see them.
Oh man, I did not
That's
think
a
we'd
strong
wrap it all
possibility.
into that. Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay.
Hey, so I have a question with this
Yeah.
series. Does Maul have a colostomy bag, or is he like an RV? Does he like have to hook up somewhere?
That's true. Where did that tea that he was drinking? Where does it go?
Where does it go?
Maybe there's just a drainage system. You just got a drainage system in it, and it just he just has to press a button and it ejects.
Yeah, like so. Does he have a robot dong? I mean,
Alfie, I'm gonna.
You might be on
I'm gonna say
timeout
no.
after today. You might.
I'm just saying,
gonna
if you're
say
going to
no.
go the full route, I mean,
Comes out the middle horn.
there you go.
Yeah, he just has to lean his head over. And...
If
Caden jumps in, says that Kate from Last Christmas goes under his wing. She commands Crimson after vows. So yeah, she will appear. There we go. And yes, Jason says he pees out his middle horn. You know, I've not seen Maul eat yet since he's been cut. So there might be a pure liquid diet. And I don't know.
He still has to expel if there's a liquid diet.
Yes, but I'm
There's
sure that's
plenty-
easier to manage than the others.
If something comes in, something comes out.
yeah,
That's
And
what David.
Where did he get cut in half? Does he have all of his intestines? I mean, he could really struggle to digest things.
Well, I mean, we've seen now that shit's out the right one. Okay. We've seen with the Mandalorian, or is it Book of Boba Fett, that wow, we're getting all kinds of answers now. That they can. What is it they call mod them? Is it mod?
Mods,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Get mods.
So
He
Yep.
could have mods. He might not have to.
true. Or, you know, I mean, maybe he just works out so much, burns up all those calories, eats up everything that goes in. Just I don't know. I mean,
He's got lucky, man. If he got mods, he could pick his length and everything, man.
here we go.
See, you guys always look at me. He went right there too. He's like, yeah, you know what? That does make sense.
And now we're gonna have to call this here in a little bit. We've got Hatfield jumping in with Reebok
All right.
pumps.
Hey guys,
If
I do have
If I'm
to dip-
spending this
Yeah.
much money already on the legs, I mean, what's a few $100 extra dollars?
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
I did not think we were going down this avenue, but Brent, have a great evening.
Love it. Thank you,
You got
for
it,
the
man.
laugh. Thank you for the laugh. Love the wars. Take it easy, everybody. This is the way, right? Is that what I've been saying for the most part? This
You
is
are
the
I
way.
thought you said
I
I
have
have spoken.
I have spoken. I have spoken.
There we go. All right, guys. Let's close up shop here. We've been going for a while, and
We went to some fun places at the end of the
we
show.
did. We covered pretty much every topic you can cover from non-mall to mall. So you guys got anything to close up shop with? Alfie?
It's a great series. It's very well done. Like I say, every week, go for the easy wins. This is a guaranteed easy win. I would just hope that someone in power is looking at this and saying, hey, people like this.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't have to reinvent the wheel over and over again.
Yeah. Hey,
Yes.
Alfie started it. I'm blaming Alfie for that.
We're bad influences
Well,
out
guess
on
what?
this young man.
It's podcast gold, so I don't
It
care.
is. I
I'm
can't
just
wait for
gonna
the.
I'm just gonna have to make sure that after I show David answering the questions, I cut him off of the podcast. You know?
Sorry, David.
Yes.
He doesn't listen to the show because I know this is like a PG-13 podcast. I'd say, you know, we're family friendly, but every now and then,
Yes.
some things divulge, you know, which is how it should be. But I'm jacked up. I'm jacked up for this show. I can't wait for the new episodes. I mean, the fact that you get 2 makes it that much better. It's like you're they're really giving you a lot with it. I regret showing little David, and I keep talking about him because we're just really in this show together. I regret that I showed him who Darth Talon is because that's all he can think about now. Is he's like, she looks like that picture of Darth Talon you showed me. I think it's going to be her. He's like, she reminds me of Ahsoka. Like, I'm like, I know it's happening. So that's part of the reason why I'm enjoying the series even more is because he's really in it with me. So yeah, I can't wait for next week.
Me either. I'm going to try my best to be involved, but I will be out of town Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's going to be a little hectic for me. So I might just be a call in. I might just hop in and let you guys run it and all that. We'll figure that out. And then the next week I'm in Dallas through Thursday. So again, I'm going to maybe have to make a call in from the hotel room or whatever. So, and you know what, Jason, I'll give a quick brief. This will be my closing stuff. Project Hail Mary. Loved everything that Ryan Gosling did. Loved Rocky, the alien on there. I thought the storyline was great. I thought the visuals were really cool. Thought overall really good story. The one negative, I mean, it was a really good show. The one negative was, man, I think it was almost 3 hours. It was long, and it probably wouldn't have been that bad. But I had Lori with me, and Lori does not do well with long movies. So once we got like 2+ and we're going still, I was like, man, this is a long movie. But honestly, I'd watch it again. It's a good movie, and hopefully, when it comes out on whatever streaming service is going to be on, I'll get to watch it again and check it out because it was really good, and Ryan Gosling was really good in it. So had a good cast, and but also the alien he meets up was really cool. So good story overall. So that I give it 2 thumbs up. So
I gotta
just a
see it.
little long. Yeah, you guys will like it. So that's it. That's all I've got for Rule of the Galaxy. Brent, D-Doc, Alfie, everybody, thanks for being a part of it. Thanks for all the people chiming in. We had somebody from, I think, Indonesia or the Philippines who was on here talking to us. So great. And we'll figure out the plan for next week for chapter 5 and 6 of the Maul Shadowlord. And you never know what other Star Wars news is going to come out. But always follow us at Rule of the Galaxy, Rule of the Galaxy SW. Like, subscribe, podcasts, YouTube, everything like that. And until next week, may the Force be with you.